somebody have to be a medium to heal their ancestors' wounds, or can pretty much anybody do this kind of work?
Anybody can do it. First of all, it's all in your intent. It's all in your intent. I now have a desire to heal this relationship. And putting your thought, and we'll do a little meditation here in just a moment, if that's okay, because it's very simple. It's very simple to send out apologies and to receive and feel forgiveness. And so anybody can do it. And what this meditation is an adaptation of the Heart Math. The Heart Math Institute, you can Google that and read all about it. It's called their Heart Coherence, where you are in your mind and your heart are in coherence and working together. So your thoughts are being sent out with it, which is energy, but the heart has a 60 times greater energy field than our brains do. And so that's what sends out the healing energy. So if you don't mind, we'll just do a quick one, okay?
Absolutely. I would love that. Thank you.
Okay. So we just need to sit, close our eyes, and relax. Take a few deep breaths. And as you're taking in a few deep breaths, bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart. And imagine that you are breathing in and out of your heart instead of your lungs. And as you're doing this, you want to fill your heart with apologies and forgiveness and gratitude for that person that you are sending this healing to. And the thought that you want to heal yourself and heal your relationship, but you feel that in your heart as you breathe in and out through your heart. And with those thoughts and feelings in mind, now imagine that you are expanding those thoughts and feelings, the gratitude, the love, the forgiveness, the apologies. Imagine you are expanding them out all around you, and that the person you want to connect with is feeling what you are feeling. And you can sit with these feelings for as long as you like or as little as you like. The importance is that you felt forgiveness, you felt the apologies, you felt the gratitude and love you want to send that person. And then when you feel ready, bring your awareness back to yourself, back to your regular breathing, and open your eyes. How simple is that?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't. And if we believe there is no time on the other side, I've never liked, you have to sit for 20 minutes or you have to sit for 30 minutes. Well, if there's no time on the other side, why should there be time when I'm meditating? So just a simple intent to send that person love and forgiveness and gratitude. And that goes out to the universe. That goes to that person because that's your intent. And you can do it as many times as you feel necessary. And it'll be returned to you in some way or form.
Nice. Wow. Thank you. I love short and sweet because I find that if anything's really long, I always put it off. Oh, I don't really have time right now. I'll do it later. And then by the end of the day, it's like, whatever. So I like that this was very, very concise and short. Thank you. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's coming up. As we're talking about, mediumship and listening to messages, I'm feeling compelled to share this story for whatever reason. I think I mentioned this to you the last time we talked, that I've been searching the world literally for a photo of one of my great grandparents, the only one I don't have a picture of, and I haven't been able to find it. And I've been hearing for many years that one of the reasons I'm not finding this picture is she's afraid that I will judge her appearance, that maybe she wasn't very pretty, that I'll look at this picture and go, ew, she's ugly. And I'm trying to figure, in fact, that's what was coming to mind as we've been talking, listen to this, listen to this. So if it's something as silly as that, how can, well, I personally get beyond the idea that maybe maybe I'll look at this picture and go, oh, that's what she looked. Oh, I see my worst features in her face. That type of thing. How do we work through something that seems really silly and surface, but is apparently blocking me from finding the records I'm looking for?
Well, and that's certainly possible. This lady I'm researching who was put in the insane asylums, I finally got her picture and I thought, oh dear. How did her husband marry her? I'm sure she didn't appreciate that thought. Maybe that's why I don't have an agent yet for the book. I don't know. But anyway, we also have to remember that people in previous times looked much different than now. While there were people who put an emphasis on appearance, and that could be with this lady, maybe she was self-conscious about her appearance. In fact, she may have been so self-conscious about her appearance that she did not have a photograph taken. So that's another possibility, or she had some kind of disfigurement or deformity or something she was embarrassed about and never had a photograph taken. So we have to consider that as well, as much as we would like to have photographs of all of our ancestors. But I think, again, this is where the social history research is so important. Going through books of photographs of previous generations, we can see they didn't look like us. They may have similar features, but they didn't look like us. They were not attractive people by our standards. By their standards, this woman that I'm researching, I'm thinking, my God, how did she get a husband? There must have been something about her that was appealing. So we have to, just like their actions, we can't judge their actions because we're not in their shoes. We need to try and put ourselves in their shoes. We also need to put ourselves in their place about getting their photographs taken.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you again for allowing me to bring my personal questions into this, because I find that when I do see old pictures, whether it's my family or not, when you do genealogy research, you see lots of old photos. And that is sort of a common response, like, oh, look what they're wearing. Oh my God, look at that hairstyle. Why don't any of these people smile? So it is, I think, an interesting thing to think about, the fact that we really are researching different times. I mean, that's a sort of a no-brainer, but it really is a solid piece of important information.
Absolutely. And the no smiling, it was because of photography during that day. When they snapped the picture, the exposure time was so much longer than today. They had to hold that pose. Holding a smile for 10, 15 minutes is very difficult. And so that's why a lot of those early photos, our ancestors aren't smiling. It's not because they weren't happy. It's because the exposure on the cameras then didn't allow for it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Perfect. All right. Well, let's talk a bit about, in your experience, in your view, and in your world, what's the best way to learn more about ancestral healing?
Well, I think the best way to learn about ancestral healing, two things. One is to research your ancestors. And gosh, that's so easy to do now with ancestry.com and familysearch.org. Ancestry.com is a subscription database. Familysearch.org is free and has many of the same records, not all of the same records, but many of the same records that Ancestry does. I don't want to make it sound like it's easy peasy. It can be, but you have to make sure you're tracing the right ancestors. I mean, it's okay to send healing to somebody who has the same name, but isn't your ancestor. But ideally, you want to work with your own people. So it can be difficult. You have to make sure you are tracing the right people. And that comes with experience, comes with learning how to do some methodology, as well as just picking people's names here and there. So I think that starts the process of healing. right away. That starts the process of healing. For me, in my experience, the second step is to write their stories. Even if you don't plan to publish them, even if you're just writing it for yourself or you're writing it for the family. In writing it and putting your family into historical context, that means researching the history of the time and the place, women and children. There are plenty of histories about everyday people and what their lives were like, and putting their lives into historical context. That's the other part of the healing process, because then you gain an understanding for their lives. You gain an understanding for what they went through. Because by imagining and empathizing with their struggles, their ordeals, not only are we healing them, but we're realizing, hey, we might have some of the same struggles. We might have some of the same ordeals. We wouldn't want to be judged. I made my decisions because it was the best decision I can make for my situation. They did the same thing too. And it's that understanding between the multiple generations that go on that causes the healing.